any type of a business, really, the goal in the business is to build relationships, right? And so that's what we have. You and I have a relationship we have built. I have a relationship with my patients. If you don't establish that relationship, then what happens? It's kind of like a one and done, and then what I'm going to do is if I don't establish that relationship and you don't give me the support on the back end and I don't follow your recommendations and what you want me to do, I'm going to go out there and say, you know what? I tried Facebook marketing. I tried smart ass marketing. Yeah, it gave me a few leads, but it didn't really work for me. No, it didn't work for you because you didn't follow what was asked of you. You didn't put the time, energy, and the right amount of effort into doing what was necessary. And that's just, we deal with that in chiropractic as well. It's like, hey, we'll tell you what to do and how to do it if you just do it right. But there's a lot of lazy people in the world and they want everything done for them. There's an entitlement a sense that people have that, I pay the money. Now you should basically build my practice. No, that's not how it works. And so that's because we think too much like chiropractors too often and not enough like sales people or business people. And that's, we're seeing a shift. We're definitely seeing a strong shift. We're dealing with a very sophisticated marketplace and not just marketplace, but very sophisticated profession. These chiropractors are now learning more and more the importance of learning how to effectively market their practice, what works, what doesn't, and then also how to run a very profitable business because they're understanding the other component that's never been taught really in this profession, and that's the sales part.
Yeah. Well, Alex, you hit on a huge point of results versus relationships, and I talk about that a lot too because obviously people want results, but I can go to any chiropractor and get results. I stay with you and I go back to you time and time again because of the relationship we've built, not the results.
Yes.
If the relationship is not there, I can leave and I can go to a chiropractor down the street, or I can go to one of your competitors and I can still get the same results, but I'm going to stay and I'm going to come back time and time again for the relationship. And it's the same with me. In fact, I'm lucky now that I've a lot of the chiropractors, including you, that are clients, but I also consider friends. That's a big part of the relationship.
Huge.
There's no contracts with me. I'm a month-to-month guy, so I have to build those relationships. Now I have to deliver the results. It's a lot easier to build those relationships once the results are built.
Yeah.
You can go to anybody for results. It's the relationships that set you apart, and doing those little things that are a little bit different. But relationships is a huge, huge part of it. And I think that goes back to building rapport and selling on the value too, and not just, coming out of the gate and saying, here's what we do and offering your largest package deal on the first deal. I mean, if I walked up to somebody on the street and said, hey, give me $5,000 and I'll help you with your Facebook ads, they're going to think I'm crazy. Like, I don't know who you are. You've never even shown me any of the value that you deliver or tell me what you do or anything.
Yeah. Well, you are crazy. And that would be a smart ass thing of you to do, or a smart ass thing. But I'll tell you, it's so true. A lot of docs, when they convert a patient, they think, okay, the job is done. It's like a marriage.
Yeah.
People always say, oh, we've dated for 5 years, 6 years. We got married. Okay, now it's on cruise control. No, that's when the work actually starts. You need to now work on that marriage every single day. And so in doing business with someone as yourself, you do not look at it that way. You don't look at it as like, okay, so I got Rundle on it as a client. Now let me go find the next client because he's good. He's good to go. He's locked down. No, you've actually reminded me why it was a good choice for me to do business with you on a daily, if not weekly basis, always checking in and doing the things. So it makes me feel like I've got a relationship with this guy and he truly cares about my business. And he's justifying to me why it was a good idea to do business with him in the first place. And if that idea can be justified, then I will continue doing business because we have that relationship. And that's what, I always I want docs to be able to do as well, is like, hey, once you get them to say yes on your day 2, it's not over. Now it begins. Now you better justify and continue creating value and continue building that rapport and strengthening that relationship so that they will continue being a good, solid patient in your office. And that's how you build a successful business. And that is what you have done with me. And so I appreciate that part of working with you.
And I try to treat every client like they're my only client at all. And you're right. If you just sell and then you're done and you move on, and I've been sold that way myself. And you think, gosh, what have I gotten myself into? And
yeah.
Just kind of
buyer's remorse.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you brought up the marriage, because I relate business and dating and relationships a lot. And there's a lot of similarities. Again, when you take a girl out on the first date, you don't ask her to marry you on the first date. You've got to court her and you've got to take her to dinner and you've got to get to know her a little bit, and you're building that relationship. You're not coming out and selling her right off the bat. It's like, I think, again, you hit on sales earlier. People say, I think they get a bad taste in their mouth when they say sales, because people say, well, I can't do sales. I'm not good at sales. Well, do you have a job? Did you interview for that job? You sold yourself.
Yeah. Hey, we always say too, in the thing of marriage, I always ask, we ask in our best goes, how many of you in here are married, right? Many hands go up and say, well, if you're married, then you're in sales because you convinced a woman, right, or man, that it was a good idea to marry you. You closed them. You sold them on the idea that that was a good decision. And then we'll look at some of the guys and say, and by the looks of you, some of you are a hell of a salesman, So yeah, you got to have fun with it. We have a lot of good times, a lot of fun with our stuff. But yeah, you're right, man. It's got to be embraced. Look, sales and marketing go hand in hand. You can't have one successfully without the other.
Right.
And that's what I really appreciate about working with you in Smart Ash Marketing.
Hey, my girlfriend was the best sales job I ever did, so I was way over my head.